my voice started to crack. Uh-oh, I got a long day ahead of me, so I got to see how it holds up with all this. But thank you again for all coming out here tonight. We've got, throughout this week, this was a little different week. Of course, this whole month has been different, and my whole life has been different for the last 8 months. But this week, this past 3 weeks, they call it recess in Washington. I haven't figured out how to work a recess other than what we've done is some people have used it as a vacation. I've used it as an opportunity to make up for lost time and getting around to all the counties. And we were just looking at my speedometer, or odometer, on the thing, and already we got 3,100 miles this month. In 15 days, or 18 days, we got 3,100 miles. So I'm just trying to get around to listen to you. So we've had 5 town hall meetings this week. We had 3 town hall meetings last week. And we've met with numbers of groups, individual employers. We've met with county commissions. We've met with city councils and mayors. I know I have a vision of what I want to get done. But that's not the same thing as what you may have in your vision of what you want done. So we've written letters to people about that, and we've asked them, give us your ideas, and we've had some great responses, and it's been very helpful. Because I truly just want to be a representative. So we're trying to hear what's on your mind, and I want to try to explain or give you a little bit of enlightenment or whatever about what has been happening, rather than filtering in, I'm sorry, through the press here. We're trying to get to you straight, okay? But fortunately in West Virginia, we don't have the problem they have in some of the bigger cities and the control of how the media. So we've really been blessed with our media outlets with it. So we're around to talk about a whole variety, and then we hope to get to a lot of the questions. We've got some slide presentations, we've got charts over here, we've got things on the wall that I want to get to. So there's a whole host of things on a Friday night that we want to try to get to. But if we could start with, I'd like to introduce some of our staff that we have here. Earlier in the week, we brought some of the folks out of Washington to come with us. I just felt, get out of the Beltway. There is something about it. I see it with even some of the freshman members that they're getting caught up in the idea. Get away. You know, I jokingly will take bottled water back with me when I go back every Monday back to work because I don't want to drink the water. That's the problem. I'm bringing my water with me. But we have made a point thus far, and I hope to be able to continue that, of coming home every weekend. Some people just don't do that. They get caught up into it. There are other things they have to do, and we've been very blessed that I come home and spend time. I get to my church and I get recharged. And then on either Sunday night or Monday morning, first thing, I get up at 5 o'clock on Monday and I drive to Washington, and I'm there in time for the first votes in the afternoon. So I think out of 800 votes, I missed one. I missed one vote. And it happened when I was standing on the floor. It wasn't though I was someplace else. I was caught up trying to get a guy to convince to work with me on a piece of legislation, and we both looked at each other and we realized they just closed the machine and we didn't get to vote. But I take it very seriously, what we're doing. I'm out of my comfort zone, but I'm over there to represent you. And I hope that over a period of time that you'll come to understand what we're doing and why, and we'll continue the interaction. But a lot of it's being kept my feet to the fire here by my staff. McKinley Parsons has been with me for 2 years. He's our district director. Pam Krashansky is in our Morgantown office. Linda Woolridge is in our Morgantown office. Shane's in our Morgantown office. Carissa is Richie's wife. And she's... are you playing Sudoku back there? What are you doing? No. But I don't think we have anyone else right there. But what we did earlier is we brought our staff out, and it really was helpful. Because what I wanted them to see were the people. Get to know the people. Get to know the roads. This wonderful condition of our roads. You know, those 4-lane highways that we have everywhere. But I wanted to see what transportation issues. I wanted to understand, when we talked about flooding, how easily it can occur throughout West Virginia because of our mountainous terrain. And I think every time they come here, and we've had had the staff in several times. I think they walk away with a little bit better understanding of it. But one of the things that when I asked our chief of staff, we hired him. So I want as many West Virginia people as you can find on the Hill be part of our organization. Because I hope it's not wrong, but I believe we have a cultural difference in many respects from other states. We have a state that's lost its population. We have a state that's lost its manufacturing base. But we haven't lost our spirit. So I want people, so what we look for are people that understand. I've got someone from Follinsby. We have a person from Wheeling. We have a staff person from Charleston. We had a staff person, earlier we had an intern from Weird. So I'm trying to make sure that there are West Virginia people there. So when we talk about West Virginia, we talk about it, they have a sense of what it's like. When we talk about the demise of the steel industry or the chemical industry in areas, they understand what it's like. They understand when families have to go someplace else to find a job because they've been part of it. They've lost a brother or sister who's gone someplace else to work. So there's a different mission we're on to that. So I really like our whole organization. But I want you to get a picture too of this freshman class, because sometimes we get right in the middle of the forest and we don't talk much about it. But there were 87 freshmen Republican and 9 freshmen Democrats that got elected in November. Clearly there was a message. There had to have been something out there that said the American public wanted a change. And we take it very seriously. But think about when you look at those numbers, that represents, for all practical purposes, about a quarter, about 25% of Congress is new. It's new. But trust me, they're starting to get traction now. They're starting to understand the system a little bit better. Some of them have never served in public service at all. I brought something different to it. I have the, I guess, I should be proud of it. I'm the oldest member of the freshman class. But I've also had the most business experience, with 45 years of business experience. So it's been a real positive when we get on the floor. People, I have an ability we can talk with each other, you know, and they come to respect some of that experience, because that's really what we need right now. We got to be very careful. It'd be easy. It would be easy for us to slash and burn. That people, you know, I know out there's a lot of people slash and burn. We got to do. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to be very cautious how we go about doing this. Be very candid with you. I have joined because the Tea Party was very important in my campaign. I have joined the Tea Party caucus, and I've had very numbers of conversations with Michelle Bachmann. I like her. Am I going to agree with everything she does? Not necessarily. But this is the relationship we want to be able to have. Just like when the party had a vote on the budget, on the Ryan budget. I voted against it. We can go into that perhaps later on. Maybe that's a question with it. But I just want people to understand I'm not going to be a rubber stamp for the Republican Party. I'm not going to be a rubber stamp for the Tea Party or the Democrat Party. I'm going to do what's right for the 1st District of West Virginia. But my heart is a fundamental conservative value that we've got to get some of our issues back addressed that have been ignored. Because it was pretty popular to be able to go to Washington and just write a check and get whatever you needed done. And then have your children pay for it, or your grandchildren pay for it. And I think that's now coming home to roost. So we talked about 4 things in the campaign, and I'm trying to stay close to those, because those are the things I probably know the most about. And we could water ourselves down and get involved in every issue in Washington, and I think we would lose some of our effectiveness. So we're staying close to the issues of, first, is jobs. Make sure people understand the jobs, that jobs issue. The second is cutting spending. Third was repealing the Obamacare. And fourth, repeal and replace. And then fourth was protecting our coal industry and the miners and the people that are involved in that industry. We're staying close to that. But let's go to the jobs first, if I could just give you a little update. I have been very concerned because numbers of the congressmen I'm hearing, some of the debate on the floor, are trying to suggest that maybe this 9% unemployment today is going to be the norm, just like 10 years ago 5% was. I'm rejecting that notion. I'll tell you right now, I'm not willing to roll over and just concede, because there are 14 million people out there that are hurting, and those are the other people who are still looking for jobs. And look at the people that have quit looking for jobs, and you can see that number is going to increase even considerably higher than that. We've got to stay focused on improving our economic climate and the job creation aspect of that. So we've got to slide a little bit about jobs, because sometimes some of the people will criticize Republicans and say, well, where are your jobs, Bill? Well, they don't, well, there it is. Okay. Thank you.